Pro Group Management. Workers' comp that works for you.
This is 7 at 7 from the Las Vegas Review-Journal.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Renee Summerhour. We're starting today with your business news, sponsored by Bank of Nevada, Bank on Accountability. The big day is here. Resorts World is set to welcome its first guest this evening. We will have live coverage of the opening ceremony starting at 6:30 p.m. Now, Resorts World has embraced modern technology in a very big way. Review-Journal's James Schaefer tells us more.
Card keys are a thing of the past for hotels in Las Vegas. That's one of the things that Resorts World is hoping to modernize. All you need is your phone, and it's just as easy as that. It's a modern digital experience that Resorts World is hoping to offer to all guests.
More and more customers are really wanting to use their own device in that digital experience.
Balancing digital distancing and in-person hosting. That was the topic of conversation in the new Crockford's lobby at Resorts World with Gary Steffen.
Where we've got, in some cases, upwards 25, almost 30% of our customers having that contactless experience. So they're really actually not interacting with the front desk, and that's been really critical because people have just been a little bit leery about that.
For the Las Vegas Review-Journal, I'm Jim Schaefer.
We continue now with our top stories sponsored by Carnegie Heights. Nevada Senator Catherine Cortez Masto has filed bipartisan legislation designed to help local law enforcement crack down on crime. The bill will reauthorize the Burn Justice Assistance Grant program. White House officials say the program helps cities fund police training and personnel. This comes as President Joe Biden is urging states to use some of their COVID relief funds for law enforcement and crime fighting. Nevada, its counties, and larger cities collectively received $2.7 billion in federal pandemic relief. A litter of kittens less than a week old were found tied up in a trash bag in a dumpster. A Good Samaritan found the kittens and they were brought to the Animal Foundation.
A good patron heard them screaming, so they picked them up and brought them to us. And we now currently have them. They're eating really well. They're doing really well here at the shelter, and we're looking for fosters to take on the responsibility of raising them until they're old enough for adoption.
The pitch for the president's job plan continues in Las Vegas, with Labor Secretary Marty Walsh paying a visit to home health care workers. Review-Journal's Jen Ah has the details. Good morning, Jen.
Well, Renee, the U.S. Labor Secretary Marty Walsh talked about investing in women, different minority groups, and especially home health care workers, that they deserve respect for taking care of our loved ones. Walsh told union officials that President Biden's plan includes $400 billion for home care, which would go to wage increases and creating 1 million new jobs.
It's about making sure that people have training ability, making sure people who take care of our loved ones are treated fairly, paid fairly.
Republicans have criticized the president's plan as excessive. However, Walsh says there is positive momentum. The infrastructure plan is still being negotiated in Washington. Renee?
Thank you, Jen. Meantime, more developments in the case of Sierra HALSETH, a 16-year-old girl accused of murdering her father. An autopsy report shows Daniel HALSETH suffered about 70 stab wounds. According to the coroner's office, many of those wounds were inflicted after his death, including a saw-type wound on his right wrist. Sierra and her boyfriend, 18-year-old Aaron Guerrero, are due back in court on Friday. Now it's time to take a look at your local weather forecast, sponsored by 1 Hour Air. No matter the season, no matter the reason, 1 Hour Air is here for you. A slight chance, about 20% chance of rain and thunderstorms between noon and 5 p.m. today. Highs will reach around 98 degrees with light winds coming from the south. For the rest of the week, sunny and clear skies moving from Friday into the weekend. Back in the triple digits with temperatures hitting about 101 tomorrow as highs hit about 109 by Sunday. Evening lows in the mid-80s.
Now here's the latest in sports. A trio of swimmers from the Sandpipers of Nevada, a Las Vegas-based swimming club, will represent the United States at the Olympic Games in Tokyo. Katie Grimes, Bella Sims, and Erica Sullivan spoke with the media about competing against the best in the world.
Just wanting to beat everyone just helped get me to where I am. I was always told that if you want to be the best, then you got to do what others aren't willing to do. This is going to be incredible. It's like a dream come true.
If there's one thing that Team USA gets done, it's bringing home some hardware. So, I think we're all going to do what we can to achieve that goal.
In your health news, sponsored by 4M Dental, Love Your Smile Again, National HIV Testing Day is this Sunday, and the Southern Nevada Health District wants to help people learn their status. The district is providing free express testing Friday from 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. at its public health center on Decatur Boulevard. In addition, the district's mobile unit will offer free HIV testing in 2 places. First, from noon to 2 p.m. at the Horizon Ridge Wellness Clinic on East Flamingo Road. Then the mobile unit will offer testing from 4 to 8 p.m. at Nevada's Partners on West Lake Mead Boulevard. In your entertainment news, sponsored by DiscoverYourNevada.com, brought to you by Travel Nevada, Britney Spears has been in the headlines lately, and she's asking a judge to end her court conservatorship. She called it abusive, and she condemned her father and others who have had control of it since 2008. The former Las Vegas Strip headliner told the judge that over the years, she has been forced to take lithium and birth control, and she has been denied control over her finances. Her father and his attorneys have said that her fortune remains vulnerable and that under the law, it is up to the Spears to prove that she is competent to handle her affairs.
Sports betting sponsored by Las Vegas Paiute Tribal Smoky and Cigar Shop. For the first time, the Golden Knights are underdogs to win their series against the Montreal Canadiens. Holding a 3-2 lead, the Canadiens are minus 180 to advance to the Stanley Cup final at Circa Sports. The Knights are plus 155 to come back and win the last 2 games. However, the Knights are still minus 136 favorites for Game 6 today in Montreal. The total is 5.5 with the under juice to minus 150.
In your lifestyle news, sponsored by Get Healthy Clark County, Resorts World will have more than 40 food and beverage outlets when it opens its doors today. Executives told us their goal was to offer something for almost every palate and budget. For example, Famous Foods Street Eats will be home to outlets offering the flavors of Japan, India, Singapore, and more. Another example is Ma's Bar, an Italian restaurant run by a name familiar to the downtown Las Vegas dining scene, James Trees. Remember, we will have live coverage of Resorts World's opening starting at 6:30 p.m. on LVRJ.com. Thank you for watching 7 at 7 a.m. I'm Renee Summerhour. If you have a Roku device, search Review Journal to download our channel. Watch Las Vegas breaking news streaming live on your OTT device. We'll see you back here later on today for 7 at 7 p.m. From all of us here at the Las Vegas Review Journal, have a great day.
Review Journal Studio, sponsored by Adam Kuttner. Get the maximum settlement as quickly as possible. This 7 at 7 update, sponsored by Pro Group Management. You're watching 7 at 7 from the Las Vegas Review Journal.